We unite wonderful Ukrainians. That's in very, very simple words. But more broadly, what we do, we try to, through urban interventions and art and civic and different educational activities, we try to change values of Ukrainians, and we try to promote civic education and active citizenship. We believe that if people take personal responsibility of their country, for their country, then positive changes are going to happen very soon in our country.
What is the second?
Okay, so we have several projects that we implement. One of the projects called Wonderful Events. It's when we organize different events in the city, for example, clean-up events or painting neglected benches or making some art installation, and we invite everyone to join these events. So we believe that through this visible change, like when someone comes and he or she paints a neglected wall, and in this way the person can see the results, like the very tangible results. And these events, they give people actually the feeling that they can change so many things. That's the first thing. The second thing, they see that so many other people are doing the same thing, that they are not alone, because very often people are not acting responsibly or they are not proactive because they believe that they will be the only people who act this way. But at our events, they see that so many other people also think positively, and have these values. And that's the second thing. And the third thing, they get inspiration. They get inspiration for doing something in their own neighborhoods or in their own, cities, something positive. Inspiration, practical, some advices, tools. So this is the first project. The second project that we are working is it's called Good Neighborhood. And through this project, we're just trying to remind people of good relationships with neighbors, because if you know neighbors and if you know with whom you live in your building, you can unite with these people, and you can unite for solving some problems in your neighborhood, to encourage people to share some goods and products that they have in their neighborhoods. Because, for example, if I need some tool, I don't want to buy them for half an hour. I can borrow them from my neighbors. But if you don't know your neighbors, are you going to knock on every door? No. So we came up with some creative ideas how to introduce neighbors to each other. And the third project, the big project that we are working now is it's more about encouraging people to act independently. So we say that, look, guys, you are wonderful. You don't need the NGO. You can do your things. It all depends from you. It depends if you want to change something in your country, if you want to change something in your neighborhood, you don't have to wait. You have to act. And we organize some information. We do some informational campaign, to support this. We call them superheroes because they are superheroes. They are not waiting. They are not complaining. They are acting. And also we started to expand our activities before for almost 2 years, as the team was based in Kiev. Our activities mainly were in Kiev, but now we got an opportunity. We were invited to Zaporizhzhia and Dnipropetrovsk. That's another 2 cities, and we are so excited about going to these new cities. For a very, very long time, I was looking for the idea. I call it the idea. Something that when you go to sleep, you are thinking about this idea. And when you wake up, you know why you get up, and why you're doing the things you do. But finding the idea is not an easy task, and I was looking for it for years actually. And I quit my university after 1 year, and I went to China, just to study and live there. And it was an amazing experience. I met so many wonderful people there, and I think that this experience actually made me stronger and made me better personality than I was. That's for sure. It gave me so much. It gave me a feeling of that you are a powerful person, and you don't have to think small. You can think in any direction that you feel is right for you. And when I came back from China, I started to study in different countries, started to explore different cultures, and I was always, asking myself what I can do for my own country, and what would be the main problem that I can address. The most interesting problem for me to get involved with. And I realized at some moment I realized that this problem is that people complain a lot. But when you ask them directly, okay, but what exactly did you do to change something in our country? They say, oh, I'm so small, I can do anything, I can change anything. And that is when I realized that I can start showing people how they can change their own worlds, how they can change their own cities, neighborhoods, starting from their own example. Exactly. Just positive example how one small person, can change something small, and the more these small actions we have, the better, the faster changes are happening in the country. And this is when I realized that all these people who think big but act small, they are wonderful people. And the idea came that we have to unite these wonderful people, and we have to show to others that so many wonderful Ukrainians are in our country, and we are the power, this active citizen. So that's how it started, and now the initiative was working for 2 years on volunteer basis, and the team was like from 3 to 7 almost people, with some changes. But for this whole time we were working on volunteer basis. Like whole team, they have their full-time jobs, and we're working on this initiative on evenings, weekends, vacations, because we believed so much that just these small actions, they can change so many things in our country. Now it's 2016, and we started at the end of 2013, and we got an opportunity to quit our full-time jobs, like very prestigious jobs. I was working, for example, in an international organization, PACT, and it was amazing job. I really, really liked it, but I got a chance, to follow my dream, to follow this dream project. And I quit my job and started to work full-time on Wonderful. And what is important in our work is that we are a grassroots initiative. We don't want people to think that we are a cliff initiative, a top-down initiative that will come to their city and will tell them, you do this, this, and this. No, we are trying to engage citizens at every stage of our project. So from idea to creation, implementation, to follow-up activities. Like for example, yesterday we organized the first public discussion with locals at the local library, And we invited them, when they said, guys, we have some ideas, we want to share our experience, and we want to show you how we think the library can be changed. But we want to hear your experience and add your expectations. And local community, they came to this event and they discussed it, they proposed some great ideas. And in this way, actually people get ownership out of whatever they do. And this is the most important thing, because for sustainable project, this ownership is the key element.
And that's connect us to other question. Why your initiatives important for sustainable development? Why is it not important just to buy eco or recycle or plant the trees? Why is it important?
We believe that personal responsibility and this proactive position is the key for sustainable development of the country, because when people are not expecting actions from someone else, when they have this critical thinking, and when they have understanding of this ownership of their own country, any changes are possible. This is the stories that we actually collect, and we think that this is the most significant result of our work, when people start acting independently. And for example, in one neighborhood we united neighbors, and they just several neighbors, and they cleaned up their porch and they painted, they made it really wonderful. And then other neighbors, they saw the results and they said, okay guys, but let's repair, for example, the first floor of our building. And they collected some money. It was their own initiative. They collected some money, they went to the local administration and they said, okay guys, we know that you don't have money to repair our first floor, but we have money, so please give us some workers that would come and use these materials and repair the first floor. And they did. And this compromise and this collaboration between citizens and local government, it's important, because sometimes, citizens think, for example, oh, I'm not going to pay taxes, for example, or I'm not going to pay for services that provides our local administration because they are not cleaning our porch, for example. And local administration says, okay, because people are not paying, we're not going to clean up their porch. And this is, like two circles that you can live for 20 years in a dirty porch just because you didn't make this first step. And through this example, we show how these two circles can actually collaborate, how they can unite their actions and do something really, really wonderful.
And do you see, is there any role of Euromaidan in your initiative? And does it affect your volunteers, or did it affect you and also volunteers of Dyvovyzhni?
I think that the most important thing that Euromaidan showed is that the ability of people to unite. But the problem is that we united in a very dramatic events and very critical points for our country. And the question is, why can't we unite now, today, for solving these small problems that we face every day? And our initiative works on showing people how they can unite, and why is it important to keep, these united actions for the real changes for the country. We believe that real change is happening through a process. You cannot just protest one day and expect that things are going to change. You have to work every day to make the change sustainable, and to make this the development of the country sustainable. So our initiative is working on this particular thing to show people why is it important to unite, how they can unite, and what result they get if they unite.